Good evening. Black and Asian women have been living in fear since the North East riots of 2024. That's according to a new report published today by the Newcastle-based charity, the Angelou Centre. In the aftermath of the Southport attacks, fuelled by misinformation and anti-immigration rhetoric, trouble flared in Hartlepool, Sunderland and Middlesbrough. As a result, women and children from ethnic minorities living in the region say they now face rising levels of racism and harassment, and they've become increasingly terrified and isolated. In the first part of this special report, Sharuna Sagar has been hearing from the women afraid to go out on their own.
My country! Let's have it!
You don't feel human because someone is telling you, I'm white, you're black.
The anger in their eyes, I can't forget.
I can't go out alone. I feel so afraid.
This is what life is like for women living in terror 12 months after the riots.
As a woman of Indian heritage, sometimes I feel a little wary these days when I'm out and about, but my experience pales in comparison to some of the migrant and minoritized women living in the Northeast that I've been talking to. They tell me that when the riots happened, it was like a Pandora's box of hate directed at them that was opened, and they now bear the brunt of public racism.
That night was scariest night of my life. I've been here 16 years and never been unsafe before.
Syra, not her real name, lives in Sunderland with her taxi driver husband and 4 children, 2 of whom have autism.
Our town was burning. Smoke was all over the sky. It feels like it's war. The children were watching live streams what's going on in our town. They were so scared.
It's now a year on. How do you feel now?
I feel scared now. Still scared. Every time when we go out, that reminds me that night.
So you're worried that it's going to happen again?
Yes.
The riots posed a threat to our safety. At the Angelou Centre, we did not feel safe to come to work. It was very threatening, and we just felt we had a target on our back because of the work we do and also because of who we are.
This North East charity was set up nearly 30 years ago to provide vital specialist support to Black and Asian women, many of whom have been victims of domestic abuse, sexual violence and harmful cultural practices. But in August last year, it was forced to make a very difficult decision.
At some point, we just decided to close our doors. We were not safe enough.
And by closing your doors, even if it was for just 3 days, that meant you were closing your doors to women that needed you.
Absolutely, to the most vulnerable women. We were not there for them.
I'm thinking maybe someone attacked me because I am a Muslim, I'm wearing hijab.
Tara, not her real name, is a survivor of severe domestic abuse at the hands of her in-laws. She managed to flee her violent married life and during the riots was living in one room in Middlesbrough with her young children.
My son said to me, Mom, when you go out, you carry something with you, like spray or anything for your safety.
So your children are very worried about you going out?
Yeah.
So it's been a year since the riots?
Yeah, but still I'm afraid of these things. Because I am a single mom, I always scared about someone come in my house, they broke my windows or door and something happened with me or my kids. Racism is everywhere, not just in Middlesbrough, all over.
In a new report for the Angelou Centre, the testimonies of women that use their services and other women's organisations across the north have been documented by campaign group Project Resist. Their stories lay bare the brutal and enduring impact of the riots on women and children.
Abusers were weaponising or using the riots and the situation on the streets to further control and abuse women. They were using it against women to say you can't go out into the community, you can't go out into the city centre. Women were often trapped in the home with abusers, trapped within their communities. and then they were unable to go out in public because they also feared and faced a form of male violence there.
Freedom of information data obtained by the BBC showed that in the 6 months following the Southport murders, there were more than 2,700 race and religious hate crimes recorded by police forces in the North East. That's a rise of more than 30% compared to the 6-month period the previous year.
Where there is violence, it will disproportionately affect women and girls, always. Even if it isn't that they're actually on the street, the impact of the fear and the trauma, the very fact of being kept indoors is traumatic in itself. And we know that home isn't always the safest place to be.
If something happen again, what will happen in the future? What are we going to do in the future?
And tomorrow, Sharuna looks at the creative ways some women are dealing with their trauma in the aftermath of the riots. And if you've been affected by any issues in that report, help is available on the BBC Action Line.